rear end until I straighten it out.
So you got to bang.
Nothing new.
Saturday night.
If it's the quarter panel is busted in, how do you bang to get it to go out?
You got to get it inside the trunk, and then with the trunk closed,
You hit it with a
you hit it
hammer,
with the hammer. Yeah.
and then
So you got to get it to line up.
so you have got to get in the trunk.
Yeah.
All right, let me talk Shane.
Okay. Hello.
Hey,
Yes.
do you really get in the trunk to bang one of those things out?
No.
I didn't think so.
It's a good theory, though.
He's obviously up to no good. Does Jim have any idea what you're going to do to him?
No.
When is he going to get in the trunk?
He's going to get in the truck right now.
All right, tell him to get in and start banging.
Get in and start banging.
Does he have his own phone?
Yeah.
Tell him to call me from inside the trunk so I can hear what he's doing as you're describing from the outside.
Ray said call him from inside the trunk when you get in and secure.
Oh, there he goes. He's banging.
He's banging the rear end.
Yes. Hey, Jimmy.
Yeah.
All right, that's pretty cool. I just wanted, because Shaner's on the outside, I just want to hear the banging from the inside. Is it true that you guys shut the trunk?
We got the truck shut.
Because, and the reason is, because if he's banging when the trunk's open, the trunk will go out of alignment.
Right.
That's why we need the trunk shut so we can get it in line.
So that's why they shut the trunk, Jimmy?
Yeah.
Is it all the way shut?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, Jimmy, he wants to keep them rear ends in line.
I know, but there's something. Jimmy can release the trunk from the inside if he wants.
No.
So nobody, oh, you can't? No.
What the hell is that?
What was that noise?
We're trying to weld a place on the trunk so we can pull the dent out a little bit from our side.
Yeah, Jimmy, they're welding on top of the trunk.
Welding.
Yeah. So
Welcome.
they can pull the dent out. They got to
The dent is-
weld.
The dent is by the gas tank side.
Well, that's what they're welding.
He's welding by the gas tank?
Yes.
No problem, Jim.
It's just
Wait.
right
What?
You know, that's dangerous, right?
Uh-huh.
Jimmy, these are professionals.
I can actually hear the welding. Shader, can I hear that welding closer?
Oh, man. I mean, that could, sparks could get in here. And
Shader, are you welding near the gas tank?
Well, just right above it.
All right, right above the gas tank. Where?
right above the gas tank.
Right above the gas tank.
This thing
Where?
could blow up. This is like a Molotov cocktail.
What the hell is that?
What was that?
We're grinding a little place so the weld sticks a little better and it don't go into the gas tank.
Oh, that's
Oh,
nice.
that's a good, safe idea.
So you're welding right near the trunk.
Yes.
'Cause it smells like something's burning.
It's only the carpet.
What?
The carpet's on fire. Just be a little smoke, Jimmy.
Which carpet?
The trunk carpet.
Inside the trunk where Jim is?
Yeah.
No.
Could you spit on that and knock that out?
No, I mean, it's a little smoky in here.
Wait a minute. Is there a fire in the trunk?
No, there's no fire.
Oh,
There's just
okay.
a little smoke, though.
What have you welded that it caused sparks to get in the trunk?
The trunk deck.
What exactly is the trunk deck?
There is
lid?
one other
You welded
participant
the
in the
lid
conference.
of the trunk.
Well,
Please
the
announce
trunk
yourself.
shut.
Wait, did you weld the trunk shut?
The trunk is welded shut.
Ah! And where is Jimmy?
Come on, guys! I No! We don't need a cord! Take a hammer!
We're gonna have to get back with you. We gotta go get some gas for the torches.
No!
Okay, so you're telling me he has been welded into the trunk.
No, come on. They
Admit to
say
me.
It's an accident.
Admit to me it was not an accident, was it?
It was not an accident,
I
Ray.
don't think so.
You know that I would never weld him in the trunk on purpose.
I knew it was not an accident.
No.
I didn't think it was.
So you're saying you purposely welded him into
you
the trunk?
bastard.
And Jimmy, here's something else. When you are banging out a dent like that, you don't get inside the trunk.
Hey, I did a good job.
Shaner, is it straightened out from the outside?
Well, we're gonna see if it's straightened up or not.
All right.
We're gonna take the car for a drive.
Oh, wait. What? Ah! He's pulling from side to side like he's drunk.
What do you mean, like?
Jimmy doesn't look straight from out there.
You can hear the tire is being, the fender is rubbing on the tire.
Well, take your little hammer and try banging it some more.
It's on the outside.
For a little.
Let me out and I will.
Oh, the scrapes, so that it's rubbing on the outside.
Yeah.
Are there any bumps?
Oh, there are all kinds of bumps. What do you think? And
Hang on, here's the speed bump.
Good luck, Jimmy.
The speed bump threw me and I hit the top of the roof.
I'm very sorry. I'm
Hey,
sorry.
come on, you bastard!
I'm very sorry about that, Jimmy.
What do we do here?
How do you undo a weld? I don't know anything about welding.
Well, we could take a grinder and grind the
Yeah.
weld out, or
Okay.
we can wait till the guy gets back with the torches.
How long is it going to take for that?
I don't know.
Now, if you grind it out, isn't there going to be a lot of sparks that could hurt Jim?
Yeah, there is. It's going to throw metal all over the place.
Well, go ahead, Chainer.
Okay.
Jimmy,
But
just
I
put,
might, no, we can't.
just
I
put
might
your
get a metal
shirt,
sliver in my eye by doing
put your
that.
shirt over your face, you puss.
Hang on. I'm backing back into the garage
Okay.
here, and we'll get the grinder out after it.
Jimmy, put your shirt over your face so you don't lose an eye. Shiner, get that grinder right on that trunk, boy.
We still got a problem. We've got the welds grinded,
Yeah?
and he's beat the trunk out so much that the hood won't open now.
Oh, good.
What do you mean it won't open? I think the trunk out to straighten it out. It should open.
Is there any sparks going in there?
Hell yes, there is. Oh, hey, let's go to the fire department. Get the jaws of life in here. They'll get me out.
They don't need the jaws of life.
Yes, we do.
I've never known any person that calls for the jaws of life at the least mention of any problem.
Twice in.
Oh, there we go.
What the hell was that?
That'll work.
Try that one.
Hey, it worked.
Hey,
All right.
I need the jaws of life. Shader, what was that
What
they
the hell is
used?
that thing?
That was the air chisel.
There you go,
Air
Jimmy.
chisel. Ah, it feels so good to get out. Ah, I can barely move.
Use that air chisel again.
What is that wet spot on the cardboard?
I had to go.
Oh, man.
Oh.
That's enough. I gotta get out of here.
Hey, kids, what time is it?
The alarm clock screams and there's a cat butt in my face. I don't want to get up, face the human race. I take a shower, I take a pee, I drink some coffee, watch some TV. But nothing seems to keep my eyes open, nothing seems to get my blood flowing. Called up a friend of mine and asked what lights a fire under your behind. He says he spells relief, R-A-Y-L-Y-T-L-E. Have no fear, the gang's all here, so clean out your ears for the morning disaster. They got gas and brass and testes and rock and roll piled up to the rafters. They're really immature and there's no cure, but they'll be your favorite broadcasters. And it's Ray Lytle's morning disaster. And it's Ray Lytle's morning disaster. I took my friend's advice to heart. I bought myself an FM radio. Now every weekday starts with a visit from the morning disaster show. And now I spell relief, R-A-Y-L-Y-T-L-E. Have no fear, the gang's all here, so clean out your ears for the morning disaster. She got gas and breast and testes and rock and roll piled up to the rafters. They're really immature, but there's no cure. But they'll be your favorite broadcasters. And it's Ray Lytle's morning disaster. And it's Ray Lytle's morning disaster.
Good morning, everybody. We are here. It is Ray Lytle's Morning Disaster. I'm Ray, along with Nick Talk and Nikki. How you guys doing? What's up, people?
Good morning.
Oh, my goodness. It's a Monday. I felt like I felt like shit all weekend, you guys. I got a tooth infection on Friday. All right.
Yeah.
And during the show Friday, my tooth was aching horribly.
Throbbing.
And yeah, it was. I mean, I felt my heartbeat in my tooth, and then so I was calling dentists, and all the dentists, most of the dentist office were closed. And then we called a dentist that we talked to one of the people that worked in the office. They actually answered the phone. I'm like, oh, thank God, I got a dentist. They said, well, yeah, but dentists won't work on your mouth while you still have an active infection. I'm like, what? They said, well, you've got to get some antibiotics. And I'm like, well,
Yep.
won't the dentist prescribe? He said, yeah, but you have to see the dentist. I said, well, yeah, but the dentist is closed. I'm like, oh, why the hell are you answering the phone?
Yeah.
So they say, well, you're going to have to get some antibiotics. So I was looking for antibiotics everywhere, to get them. And eventually I went to an Express Care,
Yeah. You
And
have to go to the doctor first.
Yeah, I just went and the doctor at the Express Care, and I said, I have this infection or a cavity, whatever, that's infected and it hurts. And so the doctor said, open your mouth. So I opened my mouth. She goes, oh, well, that's tooth number 31 or whatever. She knew the tooth number even. I don't even know the teeth had numbers.
Yeah, 31 teeth.
Yeah, 30. Well, I
32 teeth.
have 32. Yeah.
Oh.
But this is
I thought
it.
there was
The
48.
infection.
You had your molars.
The infection is in 31. So whatever the
You had
30.
your wisdom teeth.
No, my wisdom teeth have been removed. I'm not a monkey.
Then you have 28 teeth.
I have 31. I have 30. Actually, 32. One was pulled.
You're a mutant.
Yeah. Well, I have a lot. I have a.
So then you have 36 teeth with a wisdom teeth.
I guess with wisdom teeth, yes. Are you somehow surprised by this?
Yeah,
Really?
that's a lot of teeth.
Yeah, I have nice teeth, and I've had a couple pulled. I'm gonna have another one pulled.
So then you really don't. You're misrepresenting yourself.
It's in the 30 doctor. Anyway, the doctor said 31 is where the infection is. So she gave me some antibiotics to take. So I took the antibiotics. Well, this is the nuttiest thing. My entire face, and I don't know if you guys can see it on cam, but my entire face has become infected or something. It's the nuttiest thing. My nose.
You look like you drank hard over the weekend.
Yeah, look at my nose
To the
and
camera.
right above my nose to the left, to the opposite side. It's the nuttiest thing. My entire face is inflamed and infected.
You look like that one old time comedian that would say, "Get away from me, kid! You're bothering me."
I look like I look like former President Clinton during the drinking years.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's unbelievable. Yeah, so
You look like a
You got gin
wino.
blossom going on.
it is. It's amazing. Yeah, it's like my whole nose is red and all this stuff. So
You look like a wino.
yeah, it just. I'm telling you, I am hurting. But so yesterday I was really out of it. And then today I woke up and immediately had another antibiotic. This is how bad the infection is. I have to take four antibiotics a day.
Wow.
Yeah, I got to take one by mouth 4 times daily.
Are they already the size of horse pills?
Yes, and there are like for 500 milligrams, I think.
Oh my.
That's how bad the infection is.
You're gonna get rid of every single infection inside of you.
Yeah. Oh my God. I'm just so so my entire face is and I've had a fever and all kinds of stuff. Like I was supposed to work out on Friday. I couldn't even work out because my fever was too big.
Mm-hmm.
Like they wouldn't let you, I couldn't even get into Fit Club. Because you can't get in with a fever, Like they would say, you need to go home. We don't want your COVID infected ass in here. So yeah. Anyway, that's what I've been going through. So thank you in advance. Thank you for the concern for my well-being. I appreciate it, and I thank you so much, Nikki, and thank you for your prayers, which haven't been offered yet, but thank you nonetheless in advance.
Thoughts and prayers.
For your yes, thank you for your thoughts and/or prayers. I thank you in advance for them. Yeah, so I
Praise
feel
Jesus that Ray is on the air today.
yes.
Praise Jesus.
Praise Jesus. Praise Jesus. Yeah. So I'm all infected. I have a tooth infection, a face infection, and I'm just I see in the chat room they're saying I look like W.C. Fields.
Yes, that's who I was thinking of.
Near the end. Was it near the end of his life?
Yes,
I look like Elvis in the later years.
right now.
That's what I look like. I'm all and I was infected all day Friday and I didn't say anything. I got through the subscription show. I felt it, but I didn't say anything because I'm a trooper. I get through the show, no problem. We are here again today. The phone number is 815-414-2125. I guess I should turn the phones on today so people can call in if they like. The other day, I realized a few days last week I didn't even have the phones on, so I'm going to try to make an effort to turn the phones on during the show so people can communicate with us if they so feel. Which, I'm patting myself on the back for. I see Rocky has joined us. Hey, Rocky.
How's it going?
It's going all right. I was talking about the extent of my infection and why I look like what they have.
WC Field?
Yes, they have decided WC Field.
WC Field, see?
Wow.
Yeah, it's
That's
all
exactly what that looks like.
dude. It's
That's called gin blossoms.
Is that? Yeah, that's what I
That's where
have.
they got their name.
It's so bizarre, but I don't drink. I mean, those guys in the old times, they got it from drinking. I don't drink. It's just the infection in my tooth spread to my entire face. It's crazy.
Okay, well then you definitely need to get that checked out.
Yeah, well, I'm taking
Because tooth stuff, when it goes somewhere else, that's really bad. Oh, okay.
I'm taking 500 milligrams 4 times a
Yeah.
day is what they gave me at Express Care. So
Oh well.
there you go.
Express Care.
Well, usually
Did
you
they
go.
give you some Zyrtec too?
They usually you go to the dentist for a tooth infection, and it was so bad I went to the Express Care, and they took care of me. Gave me 500 milligrams of whatever it is, and I take it, and then I'll hopefully start feeling. At some point, I'll hopefully start feeling better. We'll see. This happened Friday night. Now, Saturday during the day, I felt a little better on Saturday. And then yesterday, I woke up and I felt horrible as my whole face had exploded with this. So
How many days are you on these antibiotics?
like 10 days or
Maybe
something.
until they're gone, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Well,
literally,
obviously.
it says
I didn't know if it was a 5-day, 10-day.
it says take 1 tablet by mouth 4 times daily for 10 days. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So it's
Yeah,
a
that's serious. When it
shitload,
goes from
yeah.
your tooth to somewhere else, that's serious.
It's a shitload of antibiotics.
Don't go to WebMD.
No, I won't be looking up symptoms of WebMD. I'll be convinced I'm going to die.
Right.
Oh man. Yeah. But I've been sick all weekend. It just, and I've had a fever. I mean, I don't think I have a fever today, but thank God. Even
Wow.
on the antibiotics, I have had a fever. So I'm feeling better. Yeah. And that's the key is to get through today with I'm trying
Can
to
you
get,
taste things? Can you smell things?
yeah, I have all that. I taste
All
things.
right.
I taste things.
We can rule out the Rona.
Yeah, I don't have no Rona. I feel pretty good. Yeah, but no, I just have this infection. The pain in my mouth. The good news is the pain in my mouth is getting better, but the pain in my face and nose and between my eyes, and it's It's going everywhere.
Plus, you got infected sinuses now.
Who knows where? I don't know where my infection is, but it started from this stupid tooth, and it's caught on, and now I'm becoming infected everywhere. Oh well. So if if I drop dead in the middle of the show, you know.
If I disappear in the middle of the show, it's because I'm having a water heater installed.
Oh, did your water heater go bad?
That's why I keep. By the way, I haven't showered in 3 days.
Oh, congratulations!
So, I'm right there with
Making
some of our favorites. But
see if I can get a sniff of it.
right. But yeah. So if I suddenly disappear, I don't know when they're going to be here, but
So you're excited. So you're excited to shower.
yeah. Tankless. We're going tankless. Let's get
Nice.
unemployed. Just had a new roof installed.
Why-
Now getting a tankless water heater, which, by the way, they'll have to cut into the new roof to install. So
Why would
that's wonderful.
you? What was wrong with the old one?
It's done.
Oh, it
And
just
in order to replace the part that's broken, it's just about as much to get a
to
new
buy
one.
a new one. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll be damned.
But those things are ugly, and tankless is, safer.
So wait a minute. Is your husband's working? Is he?
Yes.
So he went to work without showering,
Well, yeah.
or did he take a cold shower?
He can do that. He can do cold
Right,
showers.
yeah.
I can't do that.
Oh, I'm with you. I don't. I think I'd rather not shower than do a cold shower.
Yeah, I can't. I'll lose I can't breathe. I don't know what it is, but he
Yeah.
doesn't have as much of a problem with that.
I'm just saying that if I can't take a hot shower, I don't want to take. Like, I'm not taking a cold shower. It's not happening. I'll just go around with stinky ass for a couple of days
Yeah.
until
Well, I'll just get a washcloth and get clever.
No, my wife would make us check into a hotel.
Boil some water.
I used to go to before the COVID thing. I used to just go to the workout place, the gym.
Oh yeah, you take one to the
If
gym.
I had a
yeah.
I just take one at the gym. Put on a little show for everybody.
No, my
Since the old men are always doing that for us,
Yeah.
sometimes you got to return the favor.
no my
Old men that get in the locker room and stand there completely naked and shave in front of the mirror.
my wife would
Oh my God.
check
Yeah.
into a hotel when we were young.
Sure.
For if a straight, imagine if you're in a locker room and the old woman from The Shining is just walking around and won't get out of the way. Now she's in front of the mirror.
This is before.
Doesn't matter if it's the gender you're attracted to. Is basically what I'm saying.
I was at the Racket and Fitness Center years ago, like around the mid 90s. And I went to go work out, and some old guy goes in there and, takes a shower, and then he walks over near to where I'm sitting and literally lifts his leg up and then takes powder
Oh yeah.
and squeezes the baby powder right on his sagging balls.
Yeah, I've seen
I'm
that.
like,
I've seen people take deodorant sticks and do that
Yes!
thing with it. I've seen.
Did you ever
I've seen all kinds of stuff.
remember the Chicago Bulls when Michael Jordan would put the powder in
Oh
his
my God,
hands?
the
and
worst! The
clap?
guy that sat there in the sauna and shaved his balls. And there's like 3 other people just like, what the hell? Even I got up and left. I'm like, this is fucking weird to me.
I would please
And
don't
I've been to Michigan Leather Weekend, and this is too weird for me.
please don't shave
God, I hate
your
this shit.
balls in my presence. Yeah, it looked like when Michael Jordan would get all the powder in his hands and clap, and the powder.
Yeah.
And
Or
how
like
the,
somebody getting ready, like a boxer or somebody
Yeah.
playing
all the
give him
announcers
a full cue.
all the announcers would have that sort of that was me when this guy was powdering his balls in the gymnasium.
Right.
It was disgusting. And I was like, I don't want to see your balls. I think taking showers in the health club is okay, but I think it should be you should the second you get out of the
You
shower,
shower, you dry, you dress.
yeah, you
Get the
put your
hell out.
towel on the second you get out of the shower. There should be no reason for anyone ever to see your balls. They should be
And
covered.
aside from the balls and everything, you dry off sort of in the shower. You
Yes.
don't walk, and this is like 60% of these are grown ass people that should know better. Walking out into the locker room, just water and just dripping off them. They're soaking wet,
Like it's their
and
first
here's a
time ever
trail
doing
of
it.
water
Yeah.
and shit all over the place. You dry off in the shower, and then you put the towel on you and you walk out and dress.
There should
Might
be
need to dry off a
rules.
little more.
There should be
But you don't
rules.
walk
And you
out.
put your underwear on while you have the towel on.
The rules should include number 1, no moaning in the shower. There should be no moaning in the
Okay,
shower.
I've
period.
never had that one, thankfully. I've
Like-
never seen that.
No.
I don't spend too much time in the showers, though.
At number
I
1,
never heard the moaning.
no bending over, no excessive ass washing. It should be a quick ass wash in the shower. I don't want to hear you bent over. I don't want to hear you bent over and moaning as water's
You
cleaning.
walked the track for 5 minutes and then took a shower.
You have
There's no
all
need to start your butt.
orientations agreeing.
Didn't
You have
sweat
all
that much.
orientations
Yes.
on the same page.
And then you towel off immediately, and underwear goes on before you get anywhere near where people are.
You should throw in there that if they're going to shave their shit, do it at home.
Yeah, no shaving of
If
any
you're-
balls.
If you're fit and you're good looking, you can do a little once around, but not if you're like, 70 years old.
I don't even want fit and good looking doing a once around. I don't want any of that
Well,
around
now, come
me.
on.
I don't need to see. I do not need
Every
to
once
see
in a while.
anyone's business, nor having anyone see my business.
Which, by the way, that never happens. The ones walking around are, like I said, the old lady from The Shining.
It's the people who
that's what's walking around.
the-
and around and around.
I
and
gotta be
around.
honest. I don't go into the locker room at Fit Club. I've never been in there. Which is
I don't. Yeah, I don't usually go into. I go into the locker room to like change, clothes and just, I usually just wear whatever I'm. If it's summertime, I wear what I'm working out in. I don't even
Yeah.
really. I just put my keys and stuff in the locker.
Well,
But, yeah,
when I work out, it's after
I feel weird being in a locker room. I don't want to like.
it's after the show. So I literally wear my workout clothes to the Fit Club, which is I never have to so I don't have to go in there. But I'm telling you,
It's worse when you have a kid that you're taking to swimming lessons and dealing with that.
Oh, no.
Oh,
And then trying to get him changed while you have all these old dudes around him.
it's unbelievable.
Ugh.
Like old dudes whose balls are sagging so low, they're popping out the bottom of the towel.
Oh, it's a nightmare.
What happened to that guy, Daddy?
That's the last thing anyone needs to see. It is. I think people should have a lot more respect.
That man
for
has no
others.
shape, son.
They-
And gravity is not kind.
Yes. Gravity is tugging on those balls like they're a moon. For God's sakes. Yeah. So
They're proud though. They're
You know
proud.
that silly putty that
Proud
I
of
got
him.
you for Christmas? That's what's happening.
I do remember the big plume of baby powder that flew up in my face and all over around me from some old guy
Oh.
blowing baby powder on his nutsack. And it was traumatized. I've been traumatized since that moment. And that happened in like 1990, I believe it 98. Let's welcome Dorn to the show. How you doing, Dorn?
Oh, good morning. I'm fine.
And what's the latest with you?
Massive sinus headache, heading to the chiropractor.
Congratulations.
Yes, it's happy Monday. Woo!
Do you look like W.C. Fields?
No, thank God, not
Th-
yet.
Then I have. Then I'm still winning the
You've cornered the market.
most banged up person on the show. Nikki, are we going to see you on cam today?
Absolutely not.
No, no cam today for Nikki.
No. Oh
Mm.
my goodness.
I thought maybe today would be the day.
Oh, good Lord, no. I woke up 15 minutes before the show.
You were unbelievable. I see
I need
Rocky.
I need my rest.
I see Rocky has moved into the closer to the door. So when the
Well, I keep having to look around the corner so I can see when they get here.
right.
Yeah. So if I suddenly disappear, that's why.
You're letting the
But I've done it before, so
you're letting the
no
water
one should
heater
be
people in.
surprised.
That's what'll be going on. So there should be no questions. Well, the photo.
Well, Thursday, I got good news.
Yeah.
I was unaware that my son's school district, you can rent Chromebooks. So,
Oh, look at you.
I got to go in. Yep, I can go in Thursday morning. I might be a little late hopping on, if at all, but yeah, I have to go pick it up at school along with the textbooks and things. So, yeah. So I'll get to continue to hijack his, and he'll get a rental. But it'll be like totally loaded with like everything that he needs. So it'll be fine.
So you're saying that you're gonna get him the rental, and you will be on the
Right, because I'm pretty sure that the Auburn School District does not want anything of what I look up or what we do
Right.
on that Chromebook. Go back and
They don't want to get you. They don't want you searching penises or whatever. Like some of the searches that we've had you do on this show.
yeah.
We don't
yeah,
want
I'm pretty
the
sure
school
that kind of
district
thing is blocked.
confusing them with you. Well, that makes sense. That makes sense. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
We've had some major searches throughout the months of this show. We don't want penis size searches or ball powdering videos. Or
Wait, what? What?
I'm just saying that we have had.
I stepped in back into the middle of that.
I was saying that we've had Doran search some very interesting things while we've been doing this show, and we don't want the school district
Fact check.
seeing her doing any fact checks of penis
Oh, I
size
see.
or anything else.
Is there a site you can go to see that?
Well, when
that on
she had to search the penis size thing, that's when you started getting like
Oh,
the boner pill spam, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, at least the text messages about the penis enlargement drug I should be taking have stopped. So, that's great. Because those were daily for a while.
it is amazing. I'm convinced our phones are listening to us.
Oh, I'm sure of it.
they are.
And
Oh, I guarantee it.
yeah, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, that's kind of what phones are for.
Well,
Don't worry about getting microchipped.
That's why I'm not worried about the Bill Gates vaccine.
yeah, it's like his phone, the programs that have been made for your phone are hearing more than you'll get out of any kind of vaccine. Which, by the way, COVID is still on the. How in the hell is COVID on the rise in our communities? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
How
numbers
is-
are up. Numbers are
What
up
in the
again.
what in the hell, people? How hard is it?
I don't know.
How hard is it?
I don't know. Metro East is really on the rise as well.
Oh, right where Rocky lives. Yeah.
Right, where Rocky's at.
It is amazing how these numbers won't level off, but it's because the people won't stop the behavior. They love, you
Yeah.
know,
I know. Well, so far the CDC forecasts that there'll be nearly 189,000 U.S. coronavirus deaths by September 5th.
Oh, my
More than
God.
5.4 million cases and 170,000 fatalities have been reported in the U.S. so far.
That's unbelievable.
Staggering. It's staggering.
How hard is it to wear a mask? But yet, like my wife, yesterday we were discussing, we were talking about the fair and getting some fair food, and we found out that they had donuts and corn dogs for sale somewhere.
Yeah, yeah.
And my wife said, she said, I'm going to go get some of those. She goes, I want to get some and bring them home. I was like, oh, and then she calls and she goes, well, literally there is a line.
I saw the line.
Yeah, huge line. And I said, and so I told her, I said, what's the mask equation like? She goes, what do you mean? I said, how many people are wearing masks? And she's like, oh, nobody. And I'm like, well,
Not a one.
I'm like,
Not a one.
I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. No, you're not. I don't care how much you guys want them. You are not waiting in line with a bunch of unmasked people just to get a freaking corn dog. I'm like, skip it, and let those people, I'm telling
You
you.
need a corn dog that bad, go to Sonic.
Yeah. I'm like, nope, screw it.
There we go.
We don't need it. We don't need because there are still people that refuse to wear masks.
Well, they're saying if the U.S. allows the COVID-19 infections to run rampant to achieve possible herd immunity, the death toll would be massive, especially among the vulnerable people.
Yeah.
So what is this whole herd immunity thing? Is that the whole mentality that we should just all go out and get it?
Well, it's like when so many people, herd immunity is achieved when so many people get it, that
Got like nursing homes and stuff like that.
it's based so that the most feeble die, but it's based on the theory that once you catch something, it's nearly impossible to get it again. The only thing is, with COVID, they don't know if that's true. They don't know if it gets harder if you develop antibodies after getting it. See, that's one of the things they're trying to find out. Because they have people in China who caught it and then a couple months later got it again.
Well, haven't they found that it has a tendency to mutate in certain ways?
It's been mutating all along, but the fear is you can't achieve herd immunity if it's something that people can catch and then catch again.
Okay.
That's they don't know. You got to remember, this is still a new disease. This disease was just discovered last year. I mean, they don't know how, they don't know everything that this disease does or how contagious it is, or, they're still learning this stuff. They're still learning what the effects are. I mean, my brother-in-law just had it and it affected his heart, his brain, his legs, all kinds of, that was just from COVID. I thought it was just a lung disease, but no, it affected
flu, don't you know?
Yeah, it affected so many other parts of his body. Yeah, which is crazy. And then of course it's killing like older people. If you're over 70 and you get it, I've got bad news for you. It's really, really, really bad. And so in order to achieve herd immunity, there's too many equations that we don't know the answers to actually go for that. So the best course of action is to wear a mask and just try to slow people that get it. Because here's one thing that you can't get COVID from is someone who doesn't have COVID. Like someone has to have the infection. They have to have it before you can spread it, which is how the NBA bubble works and the MLS bubble. All those bubbles is you get people who don't have COVID put in one area and then they won't pass it between each other because none of them have it. That's how that works, which makes sense. So the whole thing is to try to make sure as many people don't have it as possible, and then nobody's passing it between each other, which is why when South Korea first got this, when they first got the virus, here's what they did. They tested everybody, all right? And then they quarantined anybody who had it. They're like, you people stay home, all right? The United States, it's what we should have done, but we didn't have the testing available. If we would have, right when we first found out about this, or we first started hearing word about it, I guess in December, and didn't do anything, but in January, we had definitely heard about it and still didn't do anything. But if we would have developed tests right then, we could have tested everyone when it first started coming over here. We tested them, and then we had the sick ones. We quarantined them. It would have been a lot easier and a lot cheaper to do it that way. That's how South Korea did it, and that's how they brought their numbers down so low.
What blows my mind is I remember when they announced the first case showed up in California. That somebody had brought it over.
The first one was in Washington, I think.
Was it Washington?
Yeah,
I know
Washington,
it was
or somewhere on the West Coast.
Yeah, it was Washington.
And then
then now just millions.
Well, remember in Washington, it got someone who was like They were either the parent or boyfriend or something of somebody who worked in an old folks home,
Yeah.
which is the worst place for this disease. And that's, and that's how it spread, and it killed all those people in Washington. Remember, that was the first introduction to the United States, and we still didn't have the testing to do what they did in South Korea. And let's face it, the United States doesn't have the patience to do what we have to do, which is everybody stay home for 2 fucking months, wear a mask if you have to go out to get food or anything. We haven't had the patience to do that. We really don't. Only essential workers should be working, but that's not what we've done. There were places that were calling themselves essential. They weren't essential. That's what we should have done to beat this, and we didn't. And now we're arguing because we want to send kids back to school and all kinds of bullshit. I mean, it's insane that we are still fighting this, and the numbers are still going up. In Sangamon County, they're going up.
I'm still waiting for this hot weather to make it all go away.
Yeah, and we've had it in the 90s. We've had it in the 90s, and it's still not going away. It's getting worse. One day it'll all magically disappear. These things always just
After
disappear.
the election.
Yeah, well, I just don't get it. I just don't understand. And it's become all politicized now, and
That's disgusting.
and there are people that are, and then there are people that are saying things like, "Oh well, we're all just gonna get it anyway, so let's just let people get it." And are you kidding? No deaths are acceptable. I don't understand when we got this whole idea of, well, some deaths are essential, I guess, or some are okay, and some aren't.
No, none of it's okay.
I don't want anybody dying. Yeah, so I don't know. I just want the whole thing to be over. I want it all to get back to normal. Normal for me is sports with an audience, going to the movies, going to dinner. I'd love to go to dinner. I'll be damned if I'm not going, but I'll be damned, because these restaurants are spreading this. These bars are spreading this. I don't care what they say. Like we went shopping on Saturday, and it was good. Everybody that was shopping was wearing a mask. You know what I mean? That's how it should be. Just trying to be responsible for other people. That's what we need to do. I don't wear a mask to keep. I don't think the mask is going to keep me from getting it. I think the mask is, God forbid, if I have anything, it's going to keep me from spreading it. You know. I just can't believe. I can't believe.
And that's the point.
Yeah. I can't believe the people that won't wear a mask is astounding to me. It really is. And JR in our chat room says, define essential. Yeah. There were, when Pritzker put the rules out for the state of Illinois, there were a bunch of businesses that were defining themselves as essential. You know damn well they weren't essential. They knew how to do the paperwork to call themselves essential, but they weren't essential.
Didn't GameStop have a big
Yeah,
thing about it?
GameStop was trying to say they were essential.
Didn't want to be.
Yes, GameStop was saying they were essential. Really? Do we really? In the list of things that have to remain open during a pandemic, does anyone think that getting a video game is on that list? No, it's not. It's not essential. And I just think that people wanted to buck the system. I'll tell you, you know who wasn't essential? Me. I was working.
Oh.
When this thing first started, I was working at WMAY, right? And I remember when they ruled, when they first started coming down, I was like, oh shit, are we going to be essential or not? And I remember when we got the rule, the state of Illinois said, because you're on the radio, you guys are essential. So you could go
Yeah.
to work. All right. And I remember when they told me, yes, you're essential. You're fine. And then
But he won't be next week.
yeah, literally a couple weeks later, they determined I was not essential and fired my ass. Like, yes, legally you could work, but financially we don't want to pay you, so we're firing your ass. In fact, with no severance, zero severance, they booted my ass out of there.
Wow.
Which sucks because I know some people get fired with severance.
I never have.
I wouldn't mind. I mean, when I was fired in New York, or I wasn't fired, but when I left New York, my contract said that they had to pay me for, I literally could have been paid the last 2 years of my contract, but I was too stupid to realize what I had. I should have forced them to pay me for, for the full length of it, and I didn't. I'm so stupid. But because I didn't understand it. So I'm telling you, this time they fired me and paid me nothing. I don't think I've ever gotten any severance. Have any of you guys ever been fired and gotten a severance?
Mm-mm.
I know Rocky is answering the door for his water heater people, but
No, I have not.
I know Rocky said he's working on a severance now. Like they fired him and gave him and said, hey, we'll pay you for so many months. I've never had that happen. And now I'm on the unemployment, which is, I don't even know what unemployment is. I think I get like, from the state, you get like 400 or something a week. That's all I get. And because Congress can't come together on this stimulus, and they can't decide what they're going to give for unemployment people. Nothing is what we're getting right now. So it just sucks. I'll tell you, it'd be nice to have a job, except there are no jobs. So it's just ridiculous. Anyway, yeah. So the numbers are still going up in Sangamon County, Madison County, Morgan County, Logan County, everywhere. In fact, they say for the state, we're like the embarrassment of the state right now. They say when they say
So nothing's changed.
no, that Pritzker is going to force us to he will force us to close down some stuff in our section because these numbers keep growing. Because people, there are people who like, I refuse to wear a mask. I ain't wearing a mask. I'm too good looking. People need to see my face. I ain't wearing a mask. I'm not a communist. Do they wear masks in communist? Well, by the way, who's communist anymore? And do they wear masks in communist lands?
Oh, Lord.
I have heard a lot about, I'm not some goddamn communist. I don't need to wear a mask. I didn't know that communism, that they forced people to wear a mask. I had no idea that was going on. These are the things I've learned during the pandemic. Yeah, so it's nuts. Numbers are growing. Let's see. Here's the
Welcome to communism, where every day is Halloween.
For those of you wondering what it's like to get COVID, here is what early COVID symptoms are, okay? Here is the order in which people get COVID, all right? The first symptom is a fever, all right? Would anybody like to guess second symptom?
Check that off for you.
Yep. Yeah, I did have a fever, yeah, all right. Second is a cough. See, I didn't get the cough. Third is muscle pain. All right. Then you get an upset stomach. I have had an upset stomach and diarrhea. I've had diarrhea. That is when you get COVID, that is how it works. You get fever, cough, muscle pain, upset stomach, and diarrhea. In that order.
Sure, you
I've
haven't
had
had
COVID the last
Pepto-Bismol?
year.
I'm sorry, what was that?
You need some Pepto-Bismol.
Well, I'm saying that is the order. You get a fever first, then a cough, then muscle pain, then upset stomach, and then diarrhea. With the flu, the first thing you get is a cough. All right? And when you get a flu, you cough first, and then it eventually becomes but the first thing with COVID is a fever. And then you lose taste and smell. That's when it's COVID. So Sean, you still got a sense
Maybe.
you still got a sense of smell?
Yeah, and I'm hoping women lose taste, and then I get enough of the chicks in the COVID. Oh, you mean it's literal taste? Oh,
So let me ask you, because you're a single guy. If a hot woman, all right, like really hot woman, is interested in you, but she has COVID, would you go on a date with her?
You know what? Considering I don't know, I think COVID would be a death sentence for me,
Yeah.
quite possibly. But then again, I got nothing to live for, so that could be going out on a high note. I just have to make sure to quarantine myself.
I'm
You
just
know, so I don't drag anybody with me.
So you're saying that COVID could kill you, but you would, like, if someone looks like if a woman looks like I haven't seen Pamela Anderson lately, but I'm wondering if Pamela Anderson, all right, comes right out of the Baywatch Ocean, whatever, and she wants to make out with you, but you know she has COVID, would you go for it?
She was already dangerous anyway, so it's like, you were kind of prepared for that. It's like, well, let's see, Tommy Lee on her resume.
I'm saying, would you make out?
I know I'm
with her?
on a suicide mission here.
So would you make out with her?
Oh yeah, I'd have.
You would.
If it's what, there might be some regret, but now if it's Kate Beckinsale, I surrender right there. Okay,
Kate
Rachel
Beckinsale.
McAdams.
Kate Beckinsale.
Those I would be powerless against.
Say she's just COVID riddled. I mean, she has got the COVID something awful. And she says, "Oh, make out with me, Sean." I don't know where she's from. I believe it's somewhere in England. Sean, you must,
and then Rachel's hand.
we must shag, Sean, to save mankind. We must shag, even though I have COVID from toe to head. We must,
babies.
Yes, we must shag. You're saying that you would go for it.
Yeah, as long as there's a picture of us, they can put next to my casket, so I would look a lot more impressive in death. That would be awesome.
Knowing full well
that I was with the great death dealer Celine.
knowing full well that it could kill you because you are morbidly obese, and perhaps I don't know.
Let's face it. What have I got? What have I got to look forward to?
You're saying
can you imagine?
You would make
can you imagine 5 years from now, me telling the stories how my life went to hell, how frustrated the remaining people would still talk to me, how frustrated they would be. Yeah, it's good to have one last blaze of glory.
Do you
kind of like Spock?
Do you think that
fixing the Enterprise in Star Trek 2?
Like, I got to be honest, with bars being open, okay, and like I don't have, I'm disgusting. I'm morbidly obese. I'm the only thing I have going for me is, and I'm serious, I'm being honest, is I'm somewhat at the right angle. I'm somewhat handsome, and I have good teeth, and I have a pronounced philtrum right here. You know what I mean? That women seem to like. Okay, so if I was a single guy during this pandemic, and I'm shooting straight with you, and the bars are open, and I haven't been laid in months, because we've been locked up in our houses. So I'm thinking I haven't been laid in months. The bars are open. I could finally go and charm some people and maybe have some sex. And yet, in order to go out, I have to wear a mask. You have to consider, oh my God, am I going to wear a mask? Like the only things, it's not like I have good eyes. I don't have nice eyes. But the stuff I have that is okay is around my mouth. So wearing a mask means I'm going to look hideous.
Means you're going to cover up your assets.
Yeah, exactly. So I would have to question whether or not to wear a mask. You know what I mean?
How's that even a question?
Well, I tell you what, that's the good thing for me. It like hides my jowls.
So you like the mask because it doesn't let people see how
hell
puffy
yeah.
you are, how puffy your jowls are.
Oh, you know, he looks like he's lost weight. And then, what evil lurks in the heart of my jawline? Only the shadow knows.
My mother,
you know, it's just.
My mother said it about.
Yeah,
you.
that's a real nice hip current reference. Shadow.
I was talking to my mother the other day. She was over at my house, and she goes, "Has Sean Balint lost some weight?" I go, "What?" I go, "I don't know what the hell Sean Balint is." I said, "What are you at?" She goes, "I saw him on Facebook, and he looks like he's dropped a few pounds." And I go, "Last time I saw him, he looked like a Confederate general with all that facial hair going on." My mom.
Beauregard Balint will
my mom says,
overtake this Mason Dixon line.
My mother goes, "He looks like he's lost. He looks like he's lost some weight. I think he looks more handsome." And I go, "Are you out of your goddamn mind?" No. I'm just saying that
Camera manipulation, my friends.
Maybe it's the hair.
I was wondering maybe it's the pictures of you with masks on. I don't know, but for whatever reason, you look better during a pandemic, I guess.
He's letting his hair grow.
Well,
he is letting his hair grow. I've noticed that.
Yeah, it's getting a little poofy. If I was some guy, you know, I see these young guys with these precision beards that look like they drafted it on a computer. If I was a little slicker and knew how to take care of stuff, like I had hair that really could have been awesome, but I'm a train wreck. I mean, you've seen the pictures of me where I look like Sideshow Bob in high school. I mean, I looked ridiculous.
I don't know why. I don't know why you have such bad hair. I really don't, because you really, I know you where your hair. If your hair should look good. You know what I mean? Nikki, don't you think Sean should have worn longer hair?
Yeah.
I mean, there's sometimes you have it cut so short.
Yeah. Yeah, my head looks like I look like some kind of Batman Returns, not Batman Returns, but Batman animated series, one of those mobster heavies, you know, like my head just looks like a big concrete block or a block of ice or something when I have my hair cut too short in the back.
You should have a mullet. Yeah.
Well, I might try that if it'll grow.
Yeah, you should have a mullet. Sean is one of those guys that would look good in a mullet. Hey, man, you watch a race yesterday?
Yeah, you know, I tried to match the locals. You know, when in Rome, I worked out in Western Maryland.
Yeah.
Which is pretty much the same Western PA and West Virginia. They're all jammed together, and I kind of had a mullet going.
Yeah.
I was an underachiever with the ladies, but, you know, I was better than I realized. And, you know, there's one of those pictures where I look back in 1995. I'd gotten down to about 230 pounds, and I looked at that picture. And I thought, what the hell, guy?
So you're saying you look better. You look better with when you had the mullet than what you did.
Well, and I was just the right way. I was just better looking than I realized. You know, let's put it that way. And, you know, right before I got canned in Maryland, I didn't think I was coming back to Illinois. Somebody set me up with a 6-foot chick who I had a side gig at a call center, and I had a soft spot for this gal. And, you know, I'm talking with her, having a good conversation, and we were going to go out, and then I got canned. I thought, well, and there's no point in furthering this than having to move. But yeah, I don't know. I went south in a big way.
So did you look good with the mullet?
Yeah, you know, it wasn't too ridiculous. It wasn't some spiky mess. It wasn't insanely long, but yeah, I think it looked pretty good. I still had a hell of a time managing it, but you know, when it was on, it worked.
I had a mullet right around college. So I was playing in a band. I think I had a mullet. It wasn't a super mullet, but I still had a mullet nonetheless. Oh, well. So is Rocky back?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Did they get your, are they putting your water heater in?
Yeah, they're doing it right now.
Look at that. He's getting a brand new water heater. I'm very
unemployed.
Yeah. An unemployed person buying brand new water heater. Good for you.
Tankless.
A tankless water. I'm not even sure how does a tankless water heater work?
I don't know. God, my hair is.
Well, you could have a mullet.
Yeah.
Sean's talking about growing out that mullet again.
Rocky, did you ever have a mullet?
No, I can honestly say. I had the Danzig Devil Lock for a little while in the early 90s, but I didn't have a mullet.
I'll tell you, I had one. Sean, when you first met me, when you first saw me,
Yeah, you were kind of.
I had a mullet, right?
Yeah, you were kind of in mullets. You know, you were in that gray area. Yeah. Kind of like, sort of in that mullet territory, sort of not.
And
Yeah, you were kind of in that.
It was sort of.
If you want to see some mullets, look at that Jamaica video.
Oh yeah,
some mullets in that thing.
Well, that was 1990,
Yep.
94.
Some class mullets. Yeah. Textbook.
But I'm saying that this was when I was in college. It was late 80s, and it was an unintentional mullet just because I didn't have time to get a haircut. Literally, I went to school, and then after school, I would go to my. I had a job at the college that I had to do. And then I would go to my girlfriend's house and I was supposed to nap, but I would always end up, fucking and then falling asleep for like a half an hour before I had to wake up and then drive to work in Springfield, or I had to work in Jacksonville, even though I was going to college in Godfrey. And then I would go and do overnights in Jacksonville and then go back to school the next day and start it all over again. So, it was just, I didn't have time to get a haircut, and the hair just grew and grew. And then I was also, and then while I was going to college, it looked very mullety. And so there was just, it was just a time of, it was a time of mullets, and mine grew because I couldn't get it cut. And it grew, like if you're gonna grow your hair and it grows one length, I wish Doran was on because she would understand more being a hairdresser. But it grows one. There's a time while it's growing out that it looks very mullety because your back grows and the hair is still over your ears and stuff. Now, as it grows and the hair grows, eventually it'll grow to one length. Does that make any sense? And you won't be a mullety anymore. But there's that time. In between where you look like you have a mullet. Of course, I was still
Jan.
I was still getting.
You had that mullet style. You walked into the Great Clips and said, "I want a mullet."
Yeah, that's what I did.
I actually don't even think that word was around in the 80s.
No, we didn't know it was a mullet. We didn't know.
Right.
And I was also singing in a band. There was one time when I was singing in a band that I actually, my guitarist mom, she gave me a perm in the back of the hair.
Oh yeah, I remember those.
That's the same. Mullets had perms too.
Well, yeah, it's like
where it was half perm.
Yeah,
just the back perm. Yeah. I saw. Yeah.
Yep.
Because the back was flowing.
Granite City had a few of those.
Because for a while there, it looked like Bono. Bono had a righteous mullet in like '85. And
but his wasn't perm though.
No, but.
His was like the opposite. His was like iron.
Yeah, mine looked like Bono's, and then I got it permed. I'm just saying that's what I did. That's how ridiculous I looked. And yet
Good thing
somehow
Facebook wasn't around.
somehow I still got laid. That's all. That's
Well,
all.
if everybody else looks like that too, I mean,
Yeah.
what are you gonna do?
Yeah. But to answer the question that I had Sean answer, I would not make out with any strangers if they had COVID.
Oh, okay.
When you were gone. When you were gone.
What happens when you take a half hour off and you come back and
Sean admitted that if Kate Beckinsale was full on COVID, he would still make out with her. If he knew 100% he was gonna catch COVID from making out with Kate Beckinsale, he would do it.
oh, so this is like your celebrity that you would catch COVID from if you could make out with them.
I don't.
You know, there's eat F kill. There's eat F kill yourself. I'm sorry, Mary F kill, not eat F kill. How do I bring cannibalism into it? Dang it.
So
wow,
It's all about context.
Where does the line get drawn?
There's a wire business.
Where does the line get drawn, Sean? So you're saying, yes, Kate Beckinsale, yes. Pamela Anderson was a yes. What about, let's see, I'm trying to think of a celebrity actress. Where does, like Jennifer Aniston? Would you make out with Jennifer Aniston if she was full on COVID?
You know what? There's something about Jennifer Aniston. I look at her now compared to 10 years ago. And I think things she's revealed as an actress makes her more interesting to me than when she was on Friends, even though she was, young and everything. I almost find Jennifer Aniston more attractive to me than 10, 15 years ago.
I think Jennifer,
if you're listening.
I'm sure she's got to be honored to hear this. No, I think she's gorgeous. Halle Berry isn't Halle Berry in her 50s?
Depends on her hair length.
Halle Berry. Would you make out with Halle Berry?
Sure. It's kind of the same thing with Charlize Theron. As gorgeous as they are, they're just not the same without hair.
So you wouldn't So you're saying you wouldn't make out with
I'm
Charlie?
not saying I turned it down.
You're
Under
saying
ordinary circumstances.
you wouldn't make out with COVID riddled Charlize Theron because you would have a problem with her hair length.
I would. Oh, I'd be slower to do it. Let's put it that way.
All right.
I mean, she pretty much.
You make out with her,
anything
she can turn around and turn into that monster character and like a.
What about Flo from?
Don't forget, she's got that bottled up.
What about Flo from Progressive, Sean? Would you make out with Flo from Progressive if she?
Only if she's in uniform.
COVID riddled Flo. Would you make out with
in
Flo?
uniform? Yes, in the white Progressive uniform only.
And Jamie was a cuckold.
Oh my God.
only if Jamie from the Progressive commercials could watch. Then you'd pound it.
I know one of the guys that's the Progressive guys that's her enemy, by the way, in one of the commercials.
Oh,
He's one of my Facebook friends. One of the other company guys or whatever that try to make her look stupid or whatever.
So Sean, would you bang Flo from Progressive?
It would. I mean, are we talking during COVID or normally?
Normal. I'd say normal.
Oh yeah. Oh, normally, yeah. Plus, especially if she whispers dirty things, or if she says dirty things like "I'm not insurable" and how I'm gonna. I mean, if she said high risk,
you're an unacceptable risk.
So hot.
I bet she's a dirty.
Before we begin, you have to pay your deductible first.
I bet she's a dirty talker.
Oh yeah.
She looks at Sean and says, "How low can you go?"
Yeah, like girls who will talk dirty to you. You forgive a couple of notches that they might not have. I mean, I'm remembering back when I was single, which is a long time, but I do remember that if you hook up with some girl who's a dirty talker, you're willing to forgive a lot of things, just to hear the dirty talk. Like maybe you wouldn't normally hook up with someone like this, but She's kind of freaky and a dirty talker.
15 minutes can give you 15 minutes of disappointment.
So Sean, you're saying that you would do. All right, so I'm trying to think of where's the line. Like, what wouldn't he do?
Right.
What about? Let's see. So you would do Flow from
We
Progressive.
were talking about Lulu on Hee Haw. Maybe we can, and then meet in the middle somewhere. Lulu on Hee Haw.
I think
B. Arthur.
I think
Deborah
he'd,
Winger.
I think he'd do. I think he'd do Lulu.
Lulu. Deborah Winger. That's a good one.
Oh yeah.
Good middle of the road.
Deborah Winger at one good
Yes,
time.
yes to Deborah Winger.
At one time,
I
she was
vote
one of
for
the
Did he say
sexiest.
yes?
I think she was one of the sexiest
I'd
women
lift her.
ever.
I'd lift her and pull her out of the factory.
Yeah. If you
Love lift us up where we belong.
what about
Come on,
Leave your hat on.
what about? I'm trying to think of who's a good current. Helen Hunt. Now.
Current. Okay. Let me think of a good current. Who's hot right now? Helen Hunt.
57-year-old 57-year-old
Hot
Helen
on
Hunt.
1998.
Hot on the Hallmark Channel.
Yeah, 57-year-old Helen
Oh,
Hunt.
yeah.
Would you
Yeah, I would.
you'd hook up
Yeah,
with Helen
I'd-
Hunt
I'd-
now? Okay.
I'd get involved with her.
Yeah. I don't know if there's a line.
I don't. Lulu. Was you Lulu? A yes.
Well, he never answered it. He knew
You know-
he knew Lulu.
Oh, he's watched Hee
I
Haw.
kind
Come
of,
on.
I have to separate which one she was. You know, it's like I forget the. Let me see.
She was the large woman. She was not the woman with the curlers in her hair.
Oh,
By the
well,
way,
of course, I'd be all about that.
I just saw a current picture of Helen Hunt. Well,
there's
forgive me.
Lulu.
She still looks fantastic.
Mama cast of country music.
Linda Hunt.
Linda Hunt. Linda Hunt is dead.
Oh,
Yeah, she just died.
that's sad.
Yeah,
I liked her.
Hunt's tomato sauce.
yeah. a can of Hunt's tomato sauce.
Holly Hunter. Holly Hunter.
Oh, Holly Hunter's good looking too. Yeah, she's.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
There's
Holly.
something about Holly Hunter. Yeah.
Frances
Yeah.
McDormand.
Oh, I think Frances McDormand is. I think she's one of the greatest actresses.
She's a good actress.
I think she.
Yeah, I think she's sexy as hell. I like
Wrist-
Frances.
I think she'd
COVID.
clean up well.
I think she's fantastic and a brilliant mind.
Oh.
Yeah, sexy. She's sexy. What about the woman who played Uhura?
She's dead too.
Oh,
Michelle.
Didn't she die?
Now,
I'm trying to.
No.
Nichelle did, I think so.
Nichelle Nichols, she's dead.
I think so. Like 2 years ago.
Maybe she is dead. I think she is.
Let me check. I think last I knew she was still with us.
You have
Really?
you have the option of either making out with Nichelle Nichols or George Takei. Which one you make it out
She's
with?
87 years old and still
You know
alive.
Yeah, she's still
Okay.
alive, still with us.
You know,
George
the one
Takei, you
that's
could
good
good
enough for
mean.
Captain.
George Takei is still alive.
Oh,
Oh,
my.
George Takei would pick it
my.
apart. I mean, even if that was my side of the tracks, he would just. I mean, he would. You smell quite bad.
So are you
Because I think you do.
Oh,
are you saying
I
that
see
you would,
quite good.
so you would make out with George Takei instead of Nichelle Nichols?
Yes,
no,
Ray
no.
just came to that conclusion. How I did it, I don't know. Can we retrace that?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm saying,
No,
Sean,
wait.
which one? Sean, I got a gun against your head, and I'm gonna make you make out with either Uhura or Chekhov.
So make
From-
out with the gun.
Yeah, from
Yeah, Horace going to win again there.
so you're gonna make out with Uhura instead of George Takei.
Yeah.
There's a reason she's called O'Hora.
And you know,
Mm.
I mean, you imagine
Oh,
the
my.
pressure though being George Takei's lover. He's quite. He's let himself go. He's quite pudgy. I miss the old days.
I
when he
imagine
was
they're
like
on
a-
retainer at this point. I imagine
He
they
was
are
like-
on a tab.
He used to be like a racehorse. So
And I imagine if there's any complaints, it goes to management, not directly to the. When
It's quite
when you got
rude.
George Takei money,
It's
you're
quite
speaking to
rude.
management.
come see my play.
A very
Oh my.
low class accent.
I have some George Takei.
Yes. Back when he was
Thank
George
you for
Takei.
waking me up. Thank you.
Oh, that was a great day.
What are you? What are you? A very low class accent.
Yeah. There you go.
But at the time we did that, who knew he was so funny though? I mean, this was before all the
dude.
memes and all that. He was
When
we were playing him as like the straight laced, uptight, whatever, and he's nothing like that.
when
That
Bodine
was funny.
when we had Bodine call him, did anyone on the show know? I had no idea he was gay I knew afterwards, but I'm saying, did anyone see that coming from when we called George Takei?
Dude.
No.
I knew he was gay, but like I said, I didn't know he was funny and
Yeah, he was great.
I thought he was be like uptight, whatever.
The
But he
shock,
turned into Mr. Meme guy,
the shocking
10
thing
years
with
later,
him,
20 years later.
the shocking thing was that he didn't hang up on him. That he stayed and talked with him. That's what always impressed me about that interview that Bodine did with George Takei. Was it would have been very easy for him just to hang up and go, well, fuck you, and hang up, and he didn't do it. He stayed and talked. He literally did 10 minutes with him, yelling at him, but still, it was really entertaining.
Well, thank you for waking me up.
Yeah, I thought that was the most impressive part of it. He very easily could have, he could have just hung up and said, go to hell, and he didn't. I mean,
What was it? I mean, he'd been in a Japanese internment camp,
yeah,
and he's made a play about it. I mean, it's very much
yeah.
Still a part of his life. We knew it was a Chinese New Year. Happy New Year, Mr. Takei. What do you mean?
Bodine insults him.
China. You're from China, right? No, I'm not.
Bodine sounded like some big hill person.
What do the Chinese have to do with my birthday?
And yet he stayed on with him and did the whole interview, which I always thought was rather impressive.
You have an accent. It's quite rural.
I think you do. Hello.
I still remember
I
how
could listen to that
impressive.
phone 500 more times and never get tired of it.
Thank you.
Thank you, George.
I do.
I do have a bunch of George. I do have a bunch of George clips.
It's a shame.
Yeah, it is a shame.
Thank you.
Sean thinks that George is very attractive.
Thank you.
Right? So he says. How old is George Takei? He's not a young man either, though, right? He's got to be.
Oh no, it's like
Around
80
90.
something.
Yeah.
He was a
He's
child
still
during World War II.
Oh, yeah.
I follow him on Facebook. He's
He's got a Facebook
put
page.
stuff out all the time.
From
I'm 83.
Oh, he's 83.
it's quite rude.
Don't reveal.
Yeah.
Don't reveal a man's
I'll be
age.
in Silver Fox's a show about LGBT seniors. Oh
I
my!
think you do. I think you do.
Yeah, thank you, George. I saw George this weekend. He's in the movie The Green Berets with John
They
Wayne.
remade that?
Yeah, it's the original.
Oh, he was in the old Green.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's in the Green Berets with John Wayne. He's playing.
And David Jansen,
Yeah, he's playing Viet
the
Cong.
fugitive.
Even though he's not Vietnamese, he was playing Viet.
That's not a very good movie. I've heard that. I think I saw it a long time ago, but
It's
that's not a very
extremely-
revered
It's extremely racist.
movie.
Extremely racist. Or John Wayne. I'm here.
I don't even think John Wayne liked it.
Well, he directed it. John Wayne
Oh, well.
directed it.
I want to.
That's why
I
it was
want
such
to
a
tell
big
you
deal.
in front of the
I
camera.
think, I think that Japanese fella over there doesn't like the ladies. Taking direct from the.
Now, whatever you say, Mary.
You dare take my
Miriam.
name off that.
Thank you.
I used to love walking in with my father watching John Wayne movies. His name's Mary. His real name's Mary. Did you know that?
Yeah. So George Takei, you would say Sean would make out with Nichelle Nichols over George Takei. By the way, Kathy in the chat room.
87.
I think I would too.
I tell you what, Rocky, I'm with you. I think if given the chance, I think I probably would.
Really surprising. I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Ray.
Shut up.
You know, I love the look of the original Star Trek, original Star Trek uniform dress. I just thought that with the go-go boots,
All right.
I thought that was such a hot look. Now I realize in '87 it won't be quite the same, but
All right. Yeah, you're a bottom.
love that look.
You're a bottom. You're a bottom. Here's your choice, Sean. William Shatner or Leonard Nimoy, back when he was alive. Back when they were young. Which one you taking?
Oh, that's easy. Stay alive. Leonard. Unless it's so traumatic that you want to just pass on after it, then I'd say.
So your choice are Leonard Nimoy or William Shatner.
Because that would, I don't know if that would.
Thank you.
That's the kind of question that would get me into trouble. I think I'll decline to answer. I'll plead the fifth.
Okay. I just thought I'd want to,
It's a
Yeah,
shame.
that's like get a quarter and toss it.
It's quite rude.
Yeah, that.
Thank you, George.
I think psychologically you would feel better about making Leonard Nimoy feel good than you would
Well, that
making William Shatner feel good.
All right. So
I mean, if you were going to buy one of them a nice dinner and you could only buy one of them a nice dinner, people would probably rather buy Leonard Nimoy a nice dinner.
I think you do.
yeah. What about
Somebody take that away from him.
What about you're a top? You picking there's no doubt who you'd take. Would it be Spock?
Eurotop. That's funny.
Would it be
That's
Spock?
a website, Eurotop.
I don't want to look it up. I don't want to look it up. I know I will, but I don't want to. Would it be William Shatner, Leonard Nimoy, or would you just go for Bones?
Bones.
Yeah, Bones was the doctor.
Oh,
Damn it, Spock.
I didn't know his name was Bones.
Yeah, that was the nickname. The nickname was Bones. Dr. McCoy's nickname was Bones. Well, you know.
There's a good chance he may not be able to perform, so you might have a better chance getting away with not doing it if you pick him. He's older.
He's dead.
Yeah.
No, I think, and then he's
And then he
dead.
whips out the blue pill.
If I was from that side, if I had that persuasion, I might say, "Well, there, Mr. Kelly, I'd like to divorce you."
DeForest,
But anyway,
right,
well,
DeForest Kelly's his name.
What?
His
It's
name
quite
was
rude.
DeForest Kelly was his name. All right. Hey,
Yeah.
Kathy in the chat room says, has Sean ever been married or in a long-term relationship?
Well, you know what? I'm going to be the reverse of Jim. Damn it! You know I've never been married. I'm 51 years old and I've never been married.
But Kathy didn't know. Kathy's a new fan.
Mikey.
Kathy's a new fan. She didn't know. She doesn't know this stuff.
Who knew
Yeah,
back in the day that I would be married before Sean?
I did. I knew Sean would never be married.
Yeah, but I didn't think I would ever
Yeah.
be married either. But
I thought you would be married. I did think that.
I thought
I thought the civil union thing was
married.
Oh yeah, I didn't think. Yeah, well, I
Go
think
on,
that's
Mary.
I think that's amazing. That's amazing that we
Who
have.
knew that I would be married before Sean?
I knew you'd be married, but I just figured it wouldn't be official legal. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I wasn't
amazing.
into all that.
That's amazing.
And it kills me because I got to deal with the fact that, there were women in their 20s who were interested, which I wouldn't believe because, well, they're the cops and baseball players. I mean, how could I be their type? And I overthought it, and I'm an idiot. And now look at me. I mean,
Yeah, because there's
geez.
plenty of people who aren't
Yeah.
baseball players; they're policemen.
Well, I mean, Sean, what's your longest relationship? I mean, you've dated. I know you dated someone for years. You've been with people for years.
You know, I think I'm probably approaching 2 years.
That's a long.
You know, and you know what they did? They would leave and especially when I was younger, they would leave and come back and leave and come back. And, you know, especially when I was young, I wasn't enough of a challenge because I was a reassuring kind of guy. And instead of leaving them, you know, like there was a drama series and there was a cliffhanger after every date. So I was too supportive. And then, you know, you get older and I kind of like to be in a couple and be, you know, the base of our lives, and as opposed to, you know, I'm just like a cast member in their life. You know, there were a couple of great gals along the way, but you know, life was just going to all these family gatherings and just sitting there and staring at the walls. And now and we'd never go anywhere.
Your longest relationship was less than 2 years?
Yeah, it's pretty. You know, I've had a few approach 2 years, but yeah, you know, I've been in limbo career-wise, and I just wasn't very good at meeting people. And
I'll be darned.
I think the last one pretty much did me in. I think I pretty much retired.
Wow, I'll be darned.
Yeah.
Nikki, what's the longest relationship you've ever been in?
8 years.
You dated someone for 8 years? Good
Well, it
Lord.
started when I was 16 and ended when I was 24.
Did you guys ever live together?
No. Well, yeah. At his parents' house, not together.
You lived at his parents' house? You lived with him?
I had a room with his sister for a little bit.
Oh, you didn't sleep in the same room as him?
Mm-mm.
That's sinful.
I'll be damned. Sean,
And then there was that 6-year fiasco.
What is that? 6-year fiasco. What is that?
That was the one that I kept telling you we weren't in a relationship, but
You were.
we pretty much were.
Yeah. I'm just saying, have you ever been in a relationship where you and the guy slept in the same bedroom every night?
Yeah, that was the 6-year fiasco. We
yeah.
slept together every night.
But you didn't live together.
No, I had my own apartment, but I wouldn't visit my apartment for like 2 weeks at a time.
Because you were staying at that guy's apartment.
Right. That's when that was 2015 when we first
Yeah,
started
I
doing.
remember that. Yeah. Oh, I figured that out. I mean, come on. I didn't.
I want his computer back.
I certainly didn't think you were waking up and then going up a couple floors from your apartment to see the guy.
I was in denial. And I still remember one of the last things he said to me was, "We might as well have gotten married because you were like my wife."
Yeah,
So
you were.
that's not something you want to hear.
You were every day at that guy's house.
Yep.
Kathy in the chat room
Making
says
dinner together.
she says 52 years ago today, she and her husband were married. I can't imagine.
Aw.
I can't imagine life any other way. Good for her. Way to go, Kathy. My wife and I have been together.
Yeah, it pretty well sucks. Yeah.
My wife and I have been together for over like almost 28 years or something. Well, how long have we been together? 90. We met in 90. September of 90. It's going to be 30 years next month. Oh, wait, damned.
Wow.
Look at that.
It's been 5 years since your anniversary party.
Well, no, we got married. We lived together for 2 years before we got married. So
No, but you had an anniversary party at Mario's.
yeah, but that was.
He's counting the time they were together before they were married.
I met my wife. I met my wife in September of 1990. And I've been with her since our first date. I mean, we met each other, then had some time before we actually went on the first date. And then I knew I loved her in the first date. Literally. I would have married her that night. if I had, you know what I mean? If we were forced, I would have,
Mhm.
you know. But we waited 2 years to get married. We lived together though for a while. I'm saying I've been with her 30 years. And it literally seems like 10, you know. But then again, it could seem like 2 years, and that would still be longer than any relationship Sean Boleyn had.
Oh, yeah.
Rocky, what was your
Some
longest?
storms last.
What was your
my
longest relationship
relationships.
other than your husband? Like, what was the longest relationship?
Wasn't in a other relationship really.
Did you? So you never lived with anyone else other than?
No.
What about?
No, just like roommate.
Well, Nick. Well, no, I'm talking a loving relationship.
No.
Is Nick still on?
Yeah.
All right. So you said you were married before though, right?
No, this is my first.
Oh, all right. I thought you said you had an ex-wife.
No,
Oh,
not that I know of.
all right. Oh, so this is your first. So what is the longest relationship you've had?
This would be it.
The one you're living in. Yeah. That's me.
Yeah.
I never had I mean, I of course I was with someone. See, I mean, I got married young, but still I was with someone longer than Sean Boleyn before I got married. The one before the girlfriend I had before my wife, I was with her for years. Of course, I cheated on her all the time. I did cheat on her.
In sections of 18 months have had longer relationships.
I cheated
than
on
me.
her. I cheated on her. And some of the relationships I had while I was cheating on her were longer than Sean Boleyn's relationships. No
Gosh.
offense.
It really is a pathetic life story.
I'm just saying that.
You know, and then there were some of the one-shot deals. Like one time I went out with a girl I met on the internet from Mongolia, and she said, "I smelled something very strange in your car." That's how she summed up the date.
I never dated.
Sounds
you. I
like
found
a
change in my car.
sounds like a what is that? The traveling place that takes people review.
Yelp.
Yelp, not Yelp. The people that drive around. What are they called?
Uber.
Uber. It's like an
Uber.
Uber review.
Did you leave
Would have
dirty
been funnier if I would remember the word
underwear
Uber.
Sean.
A woman from the land of Genghis Khan.
Yeah, Sean, you once had a date with one girl. You left your underwear in her car.
Yeah, that happens. I hate when that happens.
It wasn't a date.
Oh, who was the girl?
Me.
Oh.
Is that how she got the picture that used to hang up in the studio?
No, that was a different
How did you?
ordeal.
How did you? We should
Oh.
tell that story.
Goodness.
We should tell that. How did you get that? She took a picture of. He was in the shower or something, right?
Yeah, me and
You're talking about that-
Dean was behind me, pushing me.
That was about 12
Yeah, it
different
was-
lawsuits, by the way, if that would have been now.
Absolutely.
Yes, it would have been.
Sean would have owned the company.
That was
Right.
that was the Springfield versus
I-
Big Brother house.
I most certainly did not mean for it to get posted in the studio, but it was rather funny.
I'm surprised there weren't cameras.
And we're not
in the
talking about
place.
a copy or something. We're talking about the actual
A Polaroid.
picture.
Yes. Who developed
That was
that?
Polaroid.
Yeah, I was
Polaroid,
sitting there
we
minding
did
my
that.
own business, trying to scrubby dub dub and not smell bad, and then all of a sudden, I'm doing an improvised photo shoot.
Why were you taking? I didn't
The
understand.
look on his face
You were taking a shower and Nikki walked in and took a picture
with Bodine.
Yeah,
with Bodine. They took a picture of you. Why the hell wasn't the bathroom door locked?
He was
I don't
singing
know.
or something. I think that's why we went in there.
Because you like to think you can trust people.
Yeah, there's nothing like singing Lukenbach, Texas in the shower, then all of a sudden you're violated. It's
But why?
Suddenly you turn around and Waylon and Willie and the boys are all there with a
Well,
camera.
Why?
And the thing was, he didn't seem to have mind.
No, he looked like he was posing for the fucking
Okay.
photo. It looked like he was. It looked like he was. Here you go. Look at this, everyone. I mean, here's the story for those listening. Yeah, I know you guys are confused, but we had a picture of Sean. He was taking a shower, and he was in his full on glory of naked. Nikki somehow got a picture or Bodine. I don't know who took the picture, but it was on Nikki's camera, and they developed the picture at wherever the hell she got them developed from.
It was Polaroid.
Oh, it was
It was a
Polaroid. Oh,
Polaroid.
that's right. It was a Polaroid, and then Rocky hung the picture up.
Whoa. Rocky did what?
Who hung the
Uh-uh.
picture? Who
Rocky
put the picture
did
up?
it?
I did not hang that picture.
Was it Jim? Who
Who
hung,
hung the picture
who
up?
hung the
Must
picture?
have been Jim.
Yeah.
No, I would have done something like I said, that was 12 lawsuits
Or was
waiting
it
to happen. I would have
Bodine?
done that.
Bodine would have had the picture.
Well, someone took the
Yeah,
picture
probably
and,
Bodine.
and hung it up where everyone had to walk by and everyone saw it, and it was
It stayed up there forever.
yeah. And
It
Sean
stayed there.
Sean never took it down. I mean, Sean, why wouldn't you take down the
Anybody else that
picture?
was in the studio any day or overnight, anybody could have taken it down, but all the DJs left it there.
I mean, Sean, if I would have walked in and saw a picture of me naked once, I would have taken it down.
And the thing is, I don't
Oh
think,
my
to me, it did not look like he posed for it at all. In fact, the whole joke of the photo is the angle of the photo where Sean's
Yeah.
kind of turned, and his leg that's closer to the camera is kind of out more.
Yeah.
So it's hiding everything except for like the little tip, and that's all you see. So it looks like he has just a tiny little tip for. That was the whole. It definitely didn't look posed.
Yeah.
So it was
My
a very
lawyer told me
unflattering
that-
angle.
I was considered a woman in 22 countries.
Why did you
Very
never,
unflattering angle.
why did you never
You
take
sent
the
that photo-
picture? What why did you just leave it there?
I don't know. I you know what? I have no idea. I mean, I certainly wasn't proud of it.
I've never posed for. I've never posed for. Yeah, as Summers in the chat room going, I wonder where that picture is now. Yeah, I mean, good Lord, where is that picture?
Jim,
I'm not
probably
sure.
next to the next to the listener that had the
Of course,
couch.
Jim's outdoors.
Sean's only about 200. I mean, Sean's only 200 and some odd pounds in that picture, right? I mean, he wasn't
Yeah.
super fat in that photo. He looked like he maybe 220, 230.
Yeah, that was the great underachiever idiot. Like I'd take it like there was like this really hot chick.
Now
Her
you put the
license
picture
plate
on
was
Facebook.
Great. And I took her to one of the bars downtown, and I snuck away trying to collect money from someone to come back, and she was gone. I'm like, hey, I'll be right back. You know, it's that kind of stupidity. God knows what kind of chances I missed, and now I'm me, hopeless,
I've never taken.
hopelessly.
I've never ever taken a nude picture. Not even. I mean, now you could take pictures with your camera. I've never even taken a picture with my own phone. That's how.
Yeah, I don't want someone to paint me,
disgusted
dude.
I
I just,
am.
yeah.
I'm so disgusted by my own body. I mean, it's just horrible.
Well, just
I
make
took the
sure that
military
your
and
face
stuff.
and everything else. You never take a picture with your face and everything else in the same picture.
So you just so if you're gonna take a
Keep them
picture,
separate.
make sure it's dick. If you're gonna take a naked, make sure it's dick only. Make sure it's
Right.
not. No, that makes sense. Because that way you can always deny it. Oh, that's not my penis. You know. Yeah, that way that nobody knows, except for Well, in my case, my wife would see it and go, "Wait a minute, I know that penis."
And by the way, if you're going to do that, take it from the top and lighting.
So you have to light it.
Yeah, if you take it in darkness, it's going to make it look thinner because some of the darkness will envelop it.
Oh, that's
you
true.
want good lighting.
But you got to puff it up a little bit. You got to puff it, play with it. Get a little puff
Yeah.
in it.
Yeah, well, there's that, and then take it from the top. Don't take it from like the bottom up, and definitely don't take it straight on. Nobody wants to see that.
Take it from us, people. We are the professional penis
Yes.
penis photographer suggestions. You get them right here from the Morning Disaster.
Well, I mean, it's handed down from Jim, the photographer.
One of the many reasons to listen to this show.
Make sure you check out the Morning Disaster app on iPhone and Android. You'll find the app in Google Play and the iPhone App Store. The app is brought to you by Recontex. It's time for you to get detail-oriented. They can clean your car inside and out, and consider this a tsunami warning. If you don't get a fresh coat of Tsunami from Recontex, your car is going to look old and tired. Call 670-1132, 670-1132, and schedule your detail today. Recon Tex, 820 East Black Avenue, Springfield.
By the way, in the chat room, Kathy says Rocky is entirely too knowledgeable about penis photography. And Summer,
I'm trying to help.
And Summer says
I've seen
Rocky,
some really bad ones.
Rocky has done this, obviously. But one thing he said was right. He said, this is from Jim the photographer. This is something that Jim the photographer would knowingly.
He would say, yeah, you want to light it because darkness will make whatever you're doing, whatever it is, smaller because it'll be shrouded partially in darkness.
This is the kind of knowledge that Jim the photographer would impart upon us daily when we used to do the Disaster Guys. He would constantly share with us hints of penis photography or what, no matter what. This is something that Jim would know.
And he would just come up with it out of nowhere.
Yeah. Hey.
Start the conversation.
You know, if you're going to take a picture of your penis, you need to have good lighting. By the way, he would come up with that in a conversation.
The hot dog photo was well lit.
Yeah, you're right. It was. He would impart this wisdom in the middle of a conversation about current events. Boy, could you believe that President Clinton did what he did? Oh, I know. Hey, you know, if you're going to take a picture of your penis, you want to have good lighting from the top, so it looks more girthy. That's the kind of greatness he got from Jim.
You're going to penetrate somebody with a cigar. You want to use a King Edward, not a Phillies.
DC says maybe dress it up, give it a cowboy hat or a scarf. Yes, give it some makeup. I'm not sure what you would put on the penis for makeup, but
I've got the cowboy hat trip. I did that at a radio station event. I did that on the bull float trip.
You put a cowboy hat?
Yeah.
On your penis.
I was in country radio.
Oh my God.
It was a thing.
So like a Barbie hat or something? Where do you get a little cowboy hat?
From a little.
You can't put a little cowboy. There wouldn't be enough room in the hat.
What about your penis?
Hat you put on your head like a cowboy hat.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. You put a full length cowboy hat on it.
Goodness.
Yeah. He didn't attach the penis.
Yeah, a little cowboy hat wouldn't stay. It would
Yeah.
just fall off.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Where you get a cowboy hat that would fit it?
Well, you don't tuck your penis into a.
I'm not sure how she's imagining this being worn. She's just hanging it like a hat rack.
She thinks so. I think Nikki's under the impression that you get a cowboy hat.
Fill the whole
the whole of the cowboy hat head.
Right, has to literally be as
you put your penis in erection and you get an erection, then you just put the cowboy hat on top of your penis.
Yeah,
and it would
like draw a little face on it.
Like you said, a Barbie cowboy hat.
Oh.
Yeah.
I see.
So you have not done that.
Rocky's talking about taking a full cowboy hat and covering the area with it for a costume.
Oh.
Yeah. That wasn't as sexy for you, was it, Nikki? She seemed to be all sexed up at the other suggestion.
What?
I think you do.
I thought it would be funny.
Thank you.
Yeah, we see what you're up to. All right, let me see. I wanted to. There is a pepperoni shortage. Do you guys know that there are pepperoni shortages going on in this country right now? So if you are a fan of pepperoni and you order like pepperoni pizza, do it quickly because they're starting to run out of pepperoni.
Well, I put on my Italian.
I'm just telling you, it's coming. If you thought we had a shortage of other things, get ready. Pepperoni is next on the list. Take some pepperoni unsliced. That's how Nikki likes it.
I got drunk and went to a grocery store one time and bought a huge ass pepperoni for no reason other than to walk around in Walmart with it. I had this huge ass pepperoni in the refrigerator for like 2 months.
Oh my God.
Only you.
40% of COVID tests in the United States come back too late to be clinically meaningful. Unbelievable.
Mm-mm.
I mean, unbelievable. New daily cases in the United States of COVID are almost, this is daily cases of people catching the disease. I just looked. And Rocky has what it almost looks like a ventriloquist dummy with a cowboy hat
Lord.
on his lap. The new cases.
No, it's tiny.
The new COVID cases every day in this country are almost 40,000. Oh my God. Ah, God. The total cases in the world are 21.8 million, with the United States making up almost 6 million of those. Unbelievable. And some people have been using the pandemic time as a chance to teach their dogs to talk. Oh, for heaven's sakes. You buy a set of large buttons that say different words, then train your dog to press the right word to communicate. That's what people are doing. They're training their dogs.
Man, I feel so bad for these dogs. They're like, man, can we just we come up with a new plan where these people go back to work?
It's like the dog's going, just give me a treat. I don't want to play whatever the game this is. So you're saying they have buttons out. You push one, it says treat. Maybe you push one, it says potty, whatever. And they're training the dog to push whatever button to let you know that what it wants. By the way, it's just as easy. Well, when my dog goes, he scratches on the window. That means he wants to go out.
Yeah,
and pee.
and how many things do dogs want? I mean, if they're like cats, they want the same 4 or 5 things.
Yeah.
It's not.
They either want.
If they're by the door, they want out. If they're running around the litter box, they want the litter box clean. If they are up on the thing, they want fed.
They either want a treat, or they have to take a dump, or they got to pee, or it's really not that hard. It's really not that hard. Where's that creepy little doll that you had on your lap? Look at that creepy little.
Look at the mouth.
Look at that.
I've had this since I was 3 years old. What this is there's a cup that goes with it.
Right.
And there's a special straw. And it's a V-shaped straw, and his side of the straw doesn't have anything in it. And then you drink, and then it looks like the drink is going up, and he's drinking too.
Oh, look at that.
So that's what that is. But I've literally had since I was like 2.
That.
You've hung on to that for that long.
It's one of the only toys I had. Everything else was records or tapes.
Well, hopefully my face will get better. As you guys can tell, I have this huge infection in my face. If you look at my nose and my cheeks and stuff, you can see it. Hopefully it'll start to go away, because I have been infected horribly.
That's always the best prescription, hope.
Yeah. Well, I'm in pain, I'll tell you. It's been one of those days, but I want to thank everybody for listening. The show is brought to you by our friends over at Recon Tech, 670-1132. That's 670-1132. Get your car scheduled for a detail. And remember, they're throwing in free steam cleanings and sanitize and disinfectant right now when you order a regular detail with Recon Tech, 670-1132. Remember, Recon Tech is having a car wash for Mikey this Friday and Saturday. I'm sorry, next Friday and Saturday. Recon Tech will be having a car wash for Mikey. We'll pass you details as we get closer. Also, our friends over at DTE Technologies, 408-0001. Let DTE Technologies become your IT director for your business, and let them help save you money on a phone line. Call DTE Technologies, 408-0001. And Core and of course, I almost said Core Technologies. No. Core Installation, Furniture, and Supply. Call Corey today and let Corey get you maybe a new chair or a new desk. Or maybe you need something for COVID, like some masks or some sanitizer wipes. Or maybe some sanitizer for your hands or gloves. You can get it all from Core Installation, Furniture, and Supply. Call 741-1079. That's 741-1079. And you know those hard to find wipes? She's got them, and she's got them for great prices. Just call her today, 741-1079, and she'll take care of you. There you go. That is today's show. We will wrap it up, and I will say thank you for listening. Rocky, are you getting your new water heater put in?
I am, yes.
Congratulations. Nikki, you got any plans today?
What's that?
What?
Any plans today?
I have to go dog sit here in a little bit.
Nikki will be dog sitting.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And everyone else, tune back in tomorrow at 8 o'clock for the next show. Thank you so much for listening. We wrap it up. This has been Ray Lytle's Morning Disaster right here at morningdisaster.net. Goodbye, everybody. How about I start the stupid song I'm trying to start? What is going on? There we go.
You better wake up, sleepyhead, get your fat butt out of bed. There's a man who got up at 4 a.m. just to play you Zeppelin and Pearl Jam. Raymond Lytle is his name. Some have called him just a bit insane. But you may find him a little idiotic. But his is the only morning show you can say has really got it. Slam the door, turn the key, get on the road now. With Central Illinois' morning way to get down. It's nasty, it's dirty, but it's funny, 'cause it's the Raymond Lytle's Morning Disaster. He's lewd, he's rude, he's crude, but it doesn't matter, 'cause he's the morning master of rock and roll and laughter. Raymond Lytle's Morning Disaster. Sean Bullen Scott, news and sports. Bodine's running down North Grand in his undershorts. Michelle will dwell on things colored pink and purple. They'll explain why Jim made a remake of that movie called The Black Hole. Slam the door, turn the key, get on the road now. The Central Illinois morning way to get down. It's nasty, it's dirty, but it's funny, 'cause it's the Raymond Lytle morning disaster.
Thank you so much for listening, everybody. That's going to wrap up today's show of Ray Lytle's Morning Disaster. We will be back tomorrow starting at 8 o'clock for another edition of the Morning Disaster Show. By the way, they're arguing in the chat room now about when the show actually stops. The show is scheduled to go from 8 to 9:30. However, Cindy's correct in the chat room. She says the show hasn't ended at 9:30 since Rocky joined. Yeah, Rocky has been usually having so much fun. We don't, because we're having so much fun, we don't stop at 8:30 like we used to. All right. Does that make any sense? Yeah, we don't, it's not like we used to stop. We stop a little later than what we're used to. All right. So that's because of Rocky. So yeah, we haven't we actually go till about 9:50 or 10 every day. So that answers, I hope that answers the question. But the show is technically supposed to stop at 9:30. But Cindy's right. Sean doesn't even show up till 9:30. So we always go a little bit late. So I hope that answers the question. All right, we'll get out of here. Thank you so much for listening, everybody. Bye.
Here today.
Yes.
Praise Jesus.
Praise Jesus. Praise Jesus. Yeah, so I'm all infected. I have a tooth infection, a face infection.